There is a massive travel boom happening right now all across Asia. But honestly, if you're trying to plan a trip or maybe put together a corporate itinerary, calculating exactly how much you're actually going to spend can feel like a total guessing game. Between wildly fluctuating exchange rates, completely hidden municipal axes, and those surprise transit fees that always seem to catch us off guard, the real cost of a vacation is rarely what it looks like on paper. So, welcome to this rapid fire explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a comprehensive financial evaluation of 8 major Asian gateways, and we are going to show you exactly where your dollar actually goes furthest.
Okay, let's dive into this by establishing our baseline. Now, to make sure we're doing a true apples-to-apples comparison here, we are standardizing the local costs of 5 key metrics into US dollars, specifically using the foreign exchange benchmarks recorded in July 2026. So, for every single city we talk about today, we're looking at the exact cost of an airport-to-city taxi, one night in a standard 3-star hotel, a single bottle of local beer, entry to a major tourist attraction, and an average single dinner right in the city center. By normalizing all these costs, we're going to strip away the noise and reveal the true underlying travel economics of these destinations.
Section 1, Budget Hubs, Southeast Asia.
All right, so these are the ultimate budget paradises of the emerging, highly competitive service markets, and we're starting with Hanoi. You can practically read these costs like a dream digital receipt. Taking an airport taxi from Noi Bai to the Old Quarter, that's just about 11 to 15 bucks. A really great 3-star heritage boutique hotel sits comfortably between $32 and $60 a night. And a casual dinner, it's barely hitting $10. But you see, Hanoi is exceptionally budget-friendly not just because of low baseline prices, but because of deliberate government policies. Take a second to think about the attraction costs. Visiting the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum or the Temple of Literature costs between 95 cents and $5, simply because the government actively promotes affordable access to their cultural heritage.
Actually, wait, I have to stop here for a second and just loudly emphasize this number, 76 cents, literally under $1. In Hanoi, a local draft beer, a super refreshing bia hoi, enjoyed on a street corner, is practically pocket change. And this isn't just some crazy happy hour special, right? It's a structural reality made completely possible by Vietnam's robust local production and an incredibly low tax regime on alcohol.
Let's move over to Bangkok and see how this builds. The prices step up slightly, but they remain incredibly efficient. An airport taxi from Suvarnabhumi, complete with all those tolls, runs up to about $19. A 3-star hotel is between $44 and $65, which really showcases Thailand's incredibly competitive hospitality sector. And the dinner cost, topping out around $7.46. That is largely thanks to Bangkok's world-famous, ultra-cheap street food ecosystem that just keeps the baseline cost of eating out phenomenally low.
Now, consider Kuala Lumpur. KL offers premium, modern infrastructure at a remarkably low cost. A fixed zonal taxi from the airport is roughly $18 to $25. Your 3-star hotel could easily be under $40. Dinner is a very reasonable $6 to $12. But listen to this massive jump in the attraction metric. It goes from free all the way up to $44.23. This reveals a very specific dual-tier pricing structure. So while places like the Batu Caves are completely free, major landmarks like the Petronas Twin Towers or the KL Tower charge significantly higher rates specifically for international tourists.
And this brilliantly illustrates how national policy completely dictates your personal vacation budget. In Vietnam, low taxes mean a beer is under $1, but over in Muslim-majority Malaysia, high excise or sin taxes on alcohol mean a single bottle of beer in KL can cost up to $6.14. If you think back to our dinner metric for KL, that means a single beer can literally cost as much as your entire meal. So if you're someone who enjoys the nightlife, this single tax policy is going to require a very different kind of vacation budget.
Section 2, the Greater China Region, High-Density Hubs. We are stepping into the more mature consumer economies now, starting with Taipei. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice is the bump in ground transit. A metered taxi from Tai Boyan will run you about $31 to $43. 3-star business hotels break the $100 mark at the high end. But check out the dinner metric, $4.67 up to about $9. Taipei boasts a highly organized, super safe society with incredible efficiencies in dining. Their iconic night markets like Schlin or Rahe allow you to eat exceptionally well for very little, which pulls your daily average cost right back down to earth. Now, Shanghai presents a fascinating kind of split personality. The domestic baselines are actually quite cheap. An airport taxi from Pudong is only about $22 to $37, and a local beer is just over $1. But Shanghai also features premium international attractions.
There is a massive swing in attraction costs here, going all the way up to almost $80. That upper limit is driven by places like Shanghai Disneyland, which is priced at standard global rates, proving that world-class attractions in China absolutely demand world-class budgets.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the costs for Hong Kong just skyrocket across the board. An airport taxi is up to $48, dinner can easily hit $19, even a simple beer can cost you $10. Why? Well, because the Hong Kong dollar is pegged directly to the US dollar. This structural reality inflates every single baseline cost, making it structurally impossible to experience Hong Kong on the same budget as a place like Hanoi or Bangkok.
To really visualize this macro to micro effect, think about the cost of a single night in a 3-star hotel. In Hanoi, you're paying around $45 on average. Shanghai pretty much doubles that, but Hong Kong completely dwarfs them both, peaking at $191 a night. And this isn't just about the currency peg, right? It's the result of Hong Kong's notoriously high-density real estate pressures, which is then compounded by the city's reintroduction of a 3% hotel accommodation tax in 2025. I mean, it literally triples the cost of a bed.
Section 3. Currency Arbitrage, East Asian Opportunities.
And this brings us to the biggest twist in the travel data, and honestly, perhaps the most exciting opportunity for travelers right now, the incredible purchasing power arbitrage currently happening in East Asia. Take Seoul, for example. South Korea is a highly developed, super modern nation, yet a fantastic 3-star hotel right in the middle of Myeongdong is only costing between $46 and $87. A hearty dinner of bibimbap or kimchi stew, just $5 to $8. This is all because of the rapidly depreciating South Korean won. For anyone holding US dollars, euros, or British pounds, this exchange rate makes premium dining, clean business hotels, and rich cultural experiences surprisingly affordable. And then we have Tokyo, the ultimate beneficiary of historic currency lows with the Japanese yen. A 3-star business hotel is $61 to $111, an amazing high-quality meal is $6 to $15, a beer is under $5. But wait, brace yourself for this first expense. Yes, you are hearing this right. An airport taxi from Narita to central Tokyo is $160 to $197.
So the crucial point here is this massive, massive number. $160.49 is your starting price for a ground transfer. Because Narita International Airport is located 70 kilometers outside the central business district, getting to your affordable hotel is an absolute premium cost center. This single journey will throw off Tokyo's entire budget profile if you aren't paying attention. It's a wildly steep entry ticket compared to that unbelievably cheap sushi you're about to eat.
To put this structural imbalance into perspective, let's just slow down and do the math for a second. Because of Tokyo's highly efficient lodging tariffs and the current weakness of the yen, a single one-way cab ride from Narita Airport mathematically equals the cost of 3 full nights in a clean, centrally located 3-star business hotel. We call this the transit trap.
Section 4. Strategic Takeaways. Optimizing your itinerary.
So what do we do with all this data? Well, here is your cheat sheet for optimizing your next Asian itinerary. Number 1, avoid the Narita transit trap. If you fly into Tokyo, use the high-speed rail, or better yet, route your flight through Haneda Airport, where taxi fares are substantially lower. Number 2, factor in your party size. If you're a solo traveler, trains are absolutely your best friend. But if you're a family of 4, splitting a $40 taxi in Seoul or a $20 taxi in KL suddenly makes door-to-door ground transit highly cost-efficient. Number 3, leverage currency arbitrage. Right now, the weakness of the yen and the won means you can experience high-end luxury in Tokyo and Seoul for the exact same price as a mid-tier trip in a developing market. And finally, number 4, always, always check the local tax policy. Whether it's high excise taxes on alcohol in Malaysia or the USD currency peg and 3% hotel tax in Hong Kong, municipal policies will entirely dictate your budget allocation.
We've seen how transit distance, taxation, and exchange rates create these massive cost disparities all across Asia. But the data reveals a truly fascinating paradigm shift. Traditionally expensive cities are now literally competing on price with classic budget hubs. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought. With the yen at historic lows offsetting absolutely everything but that taxi fare, is Tokyo actually the ultimate budget destination in Asia right now? Let us know what you think, and as always, keep exploring.